highlights. Lagos State government rescues over 700 mentally challenged others in 1 year. Labour quits negotiation as federal government offers 48,000 naira as minimum wage. At the foreign scene, Israeli tank fire kills 5 soldiers in Gaza. And in sports, Golden Eaglets targets qualifying for Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State government has rescued a total of 753 mentally challenged, destitute and beggars across the state in the last 1 year. Also, the government, through the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, received 1,115 applications for adoption, out of which 995 are local and 54 international. Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogunlende, who reeled out the activities of the ministry in the last 1 year, also stated that a total of 90 men and 35 women involved in drug abuse and addictive substance were admitted into the state rehabilitation and vocational training centers in Ajah and Isheri. The ministry empowered 39,564 adolescents in basic life skills training, 46,922 in life planning counseling services, 551 in leadership advocacy skills, while 544 benefited from livelihood skills.
Social Work Services is a unit which provides social work services for school children within the state. This unit is saddled with the responsibility of bridging the gap between families, communities, and the school in matters affecting the children within the framework of relevant laws and regulations. The unit also organizes advocacy and sensitization programs in public primary and secondary schools in the state to promote good moral values and behavior among school children for academic excellence, protection of school children from all forms of exploitation such as sexual, physical, and emotional abuse, bullying, and child labor, cultism, and truancy. A total of 67,800 children benefited from the advocacy sensitization in public schools.
Ogulende said Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs is in the process of disbursing the sum of 100,000 naira each to 250 people with disabilities to cushion the effect of the current economic situation on them. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that the commissioner hinted that the ministry, in collaboration with the State Residence Registration Agency, LASTRA, is currently working on a youth database to provide robust information on youth populace with a view to guiding the state in policy making and adequate planning for them in line with Themes Plus agenda. The Lagos State government has been able to sustain and maintain religious harmony in the state through constant engagement and establishment of Nigeria Interreligious Council, NIREC. Commissioner for Home Affairs, Ibrahim Layode, gave this hint at the ministerial press briefing at Alausa to commemorate the first anniversary of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's second term in office. Layode also noted that with the establishment of the Lagos State Muslim and Christian Pilgrims Welfare Boards, Hajj operations and pilgrimages to Jerusalem and others have remained seamless. The commissioner said in the last 1 year, the ministry received awards for the most disciplined state through the Hajj exercise and another for good conduct for pilgrims from Africa, non-Arab countries for exemplary behavior and cooperation with the service provided in Munna and Arafah.
Due to the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos, the state adopted the day to promote religious tolerance and develop the accommodative mindset of individuals. To commemorate the day, religious leaders, scholars, and professionals alike are invited to discuss choosing topic issues that border on tolerance. The list of the participants cut across students, youth, religious organizations, and other people, etc.
Laudi said the ministry in 2023 airlifted 310 pilgrims to the Kingdom of Jordan and Israel and received a total of 274 new applications from money lender operatives, while 400 were renewed. The commissioner also added that the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration donated 50 million naira and operational vehicles for the support of widows of departed soldiers during the celebration of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that the ministry during the Lent and Ramadan period also distributed 100,000 food packs as a means of showing kindness to public servants observing the fasts in the state. Lagos State government has advised potential real estate investors to always check the registration portal of its real estate regulatory authority, LASRERA, via its website, lasrera.lagostate.gov.ng, for the list of registered individuals and organizations before committing to any real estate business transactions in Lagos. Special Advisor to Lagos State Governor on Housing, Barakat Odunuga Bakari, gave this advice at the 2024 ministerial press briefing held at Bagauda Kalto Press Center, Lausa, Ikeja. Responding to the growing concerns raised over unregistered real estate practitioners and the proliferation of imposters, Odunuga Bakari emphasized the importance of due diligence, especially in areas where new estates and construction works are ongoing. She also underscored the effectiveness of LASRERA's regulatory measures, noting that the agency's database currently boasts 925 registered individuals and organizations, with an additional 2,550 practitioners in the process of enrollment. The federal government has commended the Abia State Governor, Alex Oti, for taking proactive measures to resolve the lingering challenges in the state's healthcare system. Special Advisor to the President on Health, Salman Anas Ibrahim, gave the commendation when she led a team from the presidency to visit Oti at his residence in Umuahim. Anas Ibrahim noted that declaring a state of emergency in the health sector and increasing allocation to health in the 2024 budget by 15%, among others, will significantly alleviate challenges in the state's healthcare system. The special advisor said the federal government will support Abia State under the Presidential Acceleration Plan for Reduction of Maternal Deaths, as well as other areas including capacity building, resources and advocacy. On his part, Abia State's Governor Alex Otik affirmed his administration's readiness to collaborate with the federal government and to support all initiatives aimed at uplifting citizens and driving socio-economic development. Now to the rest of the stories. The organized labor have walked out of the minimum wage negotiation after rejecting the government and the organized private sector's new minimum wage proposals of 48,000 naira and 54,000 naira. At a joint briefing in Labour House by the president of NLC, Joe Ajero, and the deputy president of TUC, Tommy Okon, described government's proposals of 48,000 naira as not only insulting the sensibilities of Nigerian workers, but also falling short of meeting their needs and aspirations. The organized labor lamented that the government's failure to provide substantial data to support its offer aggravated the situation. According to organized labor, what the government offered is a reduction in income for federal level workers who are already receiving 30,000 naira as mandated by law, augmented by former President Muhammadu Buhari's 40% peculiar allowance of 12,000 naira and the 35,000 naira wage award, totaling 77,000 naira. The Senate has approved a $500 million World Bank loan request by President Bola Tinubu to procure prepaid electricity meters for Nigerians across the country. The fund was approved for the Bureau of Public Enterprises after considering the report of the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debts. Lawmaker stated that the terms and conditions under which the loan was brought will not in any manner compromise the sustainability of Nigeria's economic growth or hinder the integrity and independence of Nigeria as a sovereign state. Now to foreign news. 5 Israeli soldiers have been killed in Gaza in one of the deadliest incidents of its kind since the war began in October. Israeli media says the troops were killed when they were mistakenly hit by Israeli tank fire. Tens of thousands of civilians have fled Jabalia when the Israel Defense Forces launched an operation with airstrikes. The United Nations said some 600,000 Palestinians have since fled Rafah, and another 100,000 have been newly displaced by a resurgence of fighting in the north. Now, sports. Golden Eaglets of Nigeria has stated their objective of picking one of the tickets to the Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. Head coach of the Nigerian national Under-17 team, Manu Garba, expressed confidence in the ability of his team to have a successful campaign. Garba said his players have settled down after a rigorous training exercise in Abuja. The Golden Eaglets will open its campaign at the WAFU B Under-17 Championship on a winning note when they take on Burkina Faso today. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, please do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration engaged independent managers for the management of the Lagos theatres? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has rescued a total of 753 mentally challenged, destitute and beggars across the state in the last 1 year. The organised labour walked out of the minimum wage negotiation after rejecting the government and the organised private sector's new minimum wage proposals of 48,000 naira and 54,000 naira. We also told you that 5 Israeli soldiers have been killed in Gaza in one of the deadliest incidents of its kind since the war began in October. And in sports, Golden Eaglets of Nigeria has stated their objective of picking one of the tickets to the Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashere. I'm Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.